The SAP Companion component of SAP Enable Now provides context-sensitive in-application help and access to training material for many SAP Fiori-based applications. Typically, this is S/4HANA, but also includes SuccessFactors, Concur, some bits of Ariba, SAC, IBP, and so on. For many of these applications, standard help is provided by SAP for free, and for most of these, you can configure SAP Companion to display client-specific custom help and training content, either instead of or as well as the standard SAP-provided content. Or you can use the standard content but customize it to meet your own specific needs. This slide includes a few interactive features where you can navigate through the help options provided by SAP Companion yourself. Follow the instructions in the bubbles where applicable. First, in any application where SAP Companion's enabled, you'll see a help icon, usually just referred to as the question mark. You can find this on the upper right of the application toolbar. Click on this to display the help for this screen. Try it now. The Help panel provides access to all of the help that's available for the current screen. This is context sensitive and not all of the categories of help shown here will be available on each screen. Hover over the tile for each category to see an explanation of each of them, and click on each tile to see an example. Further information will be provided once you've accessed all 4 categories. The on-screen help page provides object-level help for the current application screen. This can include explanations of information on the screen, guidelines for completing specific fields, and so on. When you select the on-screen help tile, a list of available help topics is displayed in the help panel, and help hotspots, which are either icons, rectangles, or circles, will be shown on the application screen next to or on top of the screen elements to which these help topics relate. If a help topic does relate to a specific element on the screen, when you hover over a help topic, a pointer is drawn between the help topic in the help panel and the element on the screen to reinforce what the help's referring to. And if you then click on the help topic, the actual help bubble for this topic will be displayed on the screen, pointing to the related element. You can also display the same bubble by hovering the cursor over the hotspot. When you move the cursor off the hotspot, the bubble's hidden again, unless you click on the hotspot, in which case the bubble remains displayed on the screen until you re-click on the same hotspot or click on another topic or its icon, or click on the close button for the bubble. If you displayed the bubble by clicking on the help topic in the list, clicking on the same topic will also hide the bubble, which is what we do here. Finally, clicking the back button will return you to the main help panel. Try this now. Guided tours provide step-by-step instructions on how to perform a given task in the system. The Guided Tours page lists all of the guided tours that are available for the current application screen. There are often multiple tours for the same app, but for different scenarios. Clicking on a tour in the list will launch that tour. This will hide the help panel and show the tour one step at a time, with each step being displayed as a bubble overlaid on the application screen, just like help topic bubbles. Where possible, the tour will automatically advance to the next step as soon as you perform the specified action in the system for the current step. You can end the tour at any time by closing the step bubble. This will redisplay the guided tour list in the help panel, and from there you can click on the back button to return to the main help panel. The Learning Materials tile provides access to training material available for the current application screen. On the lower portion of the Learning Materials page, you'll see a list of all applicable learning objects. This will typically include simulations, where the context is automatically captured as part of the recording process, as well as books, book pages, and media objects for which the current application screen context has been manually captured. You can launch any of these items by clicking on them. They will be opened in a separate browser tab, so the application remains visible. Simulations are most commonly launched in concurrent mode, which allows you to display it side by side with the application and manually advance the simulation as you perform each step in the actual application. There's an envelope icon on the bottom right of each listed learning object. This is the feedback button, and you can click on this to send feedback on the current object to your company's training support team. At the top of the Learning Materials page are two buttons. Clicking on the Learning Center button will display the full Learning Center in a separate browser tab where you can find all available training content. That is, not just the context-specific content that's shown on the Learning Materials page. This button can be configured to open the trainer instead if you prefer to see your usual training structure instead of the Learning Center, which just provides a set of tiles in alphabetical order. Although the Learning Center does include role and learning type filters, which may be useful if these attributes are maintained. The other button at the top of the Learning Materials page is the Community button. By default, this opens SAP's product page for the application in a separate browser tab, but it can be configured to point to any other URL, maybe an internal support site or the help desk's website or any other useful resource. Finally, clicking on the back button will return you to the main help panel. If there are any important announcements or notifications, the What's New tile will be displayed on the help panel, and you can click on this tile to display these announcements. It's recommended that you display the What's New page each time you see the What's New tile on the main help panel, or the What's New banner is displayed at the top of the screen. The What's New page provides information on recent changes, either to the system or to the help or training content that's available. This information may be in the form of in-application help bubbles, link tiles, or new guided tours. Clicking on an entry in the What's New page will display that item. In this example, the What's New content is a help tile that's not assigned to a specific element on the screen by way of a hotspot, so it's just displayed in the middle of the application screen. Clicking on the Close button for the bubble will close it. You can also re-click on the entry in the What's New list to close this item. As with all the help categories, clicking on the back button will return you to the main help panel. Although the help panel is initially floating over the application screen, you may prefer to have it docked on the rightmost side of the screen, which is the way it used to appear prior to the 4.0.1 release of SAP Companion. You do this by clicking on the Dock button in the help panel header. Note that in most applications, the application screen will be shrunk to accommodate the docked help panel, so the panel's not overlapping any of the application elements. If you want the help panel to be completely out of the way, you can minimize it by clicking on the Minimize button in the help panel header. This option's available whether the panel's docked or is floating. When the help panel's minimized, a question mark icon is shown in the bottom right corner of the screen. Unfortunately, you can't move this to another location. If you minimize the help panel from the help page, any hotspots will still be displayed, and help bubbles will still be displayed when you hover over or click on these hotspots. Clicking on the minimized help icon will restore the help panel to its previous position, whether this is docked or floating as appropriate. And finally, clicking on the Close button for the help panel itself will close it, hiding any on-screen help that may have been displayed. Clicking on the help icon on the application toolbar again will do the same thing.